Hello everyone, and I'm here on the Air Superiority dev server where we just had a dev server update yesterday. So I'm going to be going over some of those changes. There aren't too many, they didn't add any new vehicles, but I'm still going to go over them and let you guys know what the changes are. And before I get into them, I just want to let you guys know I have a Discord down in the description, so if you guys are interested, please go ahead and join that. And if you guys do like the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. All right. So the first thing we're going to do here is the F-15A for the U.S. got its cockpit. Now, I don't believe the BAS, which is the F-15 for Israel, got it, and I know the F-15J didn't get it. But I'll go ahead and take you into a test flight real quick just to show you. I don't have it, but fortunately I am able to test fly it. If you take a look at the cockpit here, it does look pretty much complete, which is nice. Of course, you have your RWR here, and you have your radar over here, your HUD here. Of course, this doesn't have HMD, so looking around, you're not getting anything else. But it is pretty nice. You're looking around, seeing all the different things in the cockpit. It actually looks really good, as you would expect what they do now, which is great. I'm glad to see this, and of course, the other cockpit should be coming soon. Stuff like the SU-27, of course, that's still missing its cockpit, but at least we're getting a little bit of progress here. All right, so the next thing I'm going to go over is let me go pull up the Gripen here for you. Actually, I have it, of course. So the Gripen. There's a little bit of change here. It has I can't remember what it was before, but I believe its thrust has been decreased a little bit. So it's let me see. Yeah, its afterburner thrust currently is 7170 kilograms of force. So yeah, it has just over 7 kilonewtons of thrust, which I think is still a little too high. And I know it definitely had a higher before, so this seems to be closer to what it really should be. The flight model is still definitely not correct. It should be a little bit worse than it is now. I mean, it's definitely not it's definitely not as crazy as it was the other day when the dev server first opened, when this thing was like a UFO kind of thing. It was like flipping around, doing all sorts of stuff that you should not be able to do. You're going like Mach 1, and you just did like 180 degrees real fast. It was crazy. This thing was definitely going too fast. Like even after this update, I was still flying it around and going too fast. I mean, I will have a video out on this soon. Just got to get a few more mods unlocked so I can actually show you the full performance, at least what it currently looks like. Hopefully, they'll update the dev again and maybe give me a more realistic performance to show you guys. And I think it's about four more changes, which all have to do with France. So, I'm going to show you. Pretty much all of them, or, well, a few of them have to do with Mirage 4000. So I'll take a look at that if you go preview it here. It does now have drop tanks. So each of these should be, I can't remember how big they are. I think they're each 2,500 liters, actually, yes. And I think they gave the Mirage 4000. I know they're also messing with the model a little bit. Actually, they had messed with the model a little bit. I was told that they had removed the fuel tank in the tail, and then maybe they had to add it back now. Because definitely should have a fuel tank in the tail, but apparently they were messing with the model a little bit. I'm not too sure on that, but that's what I was told by someone else. And of course, it now has these fuel tanks, so that's great out on the wing here. And if you didn't know, there were magics here, but now you can have two magics on here. So if we take a look at its modifications, you can see all this here. If we look here, you can carry a total of 8 magics at once. So you have 4 on each wing, 2 here, 2 here. You can have 2 here, but if you want to bring the fuel tank, you can carry that with 2 magics attached to it. I can't really show you what that looks like, unfortunately, because I don't have it. But you can do that if you'd like. Of course, you can take the countermeasures here on these pods, and then if you can take up to 9 missiles because you can have the 530F in the center, and then all these 8 magics. So you can have 8 magics with one 530F. And there's currently a bug report out on it on the 4000 saying that it can carry the 530D. I don't think it technically could, which is really unfortunate because the 530D would be great, especially seeing as though that's what I'm going to talk about next. It did get a bit of a buff. So if we take a look over here, if we take a look at the 530D, currently now it has a, oh, it did change it. Okay, so it has a launch range. I think they changed it a bit. So you can actually launch it from further than 30 kilometers now, I believe. I could be wrong on that. I haven't actually tested myself, unfortunately. I haven't gotten around to doing that. But I've been told that you can actually launch it further now, because previously, if you were to launch it further than 30 kilometers, it would just blow up. But I've been told that that's been changed. However, another thing that's a bit different about it is that it has changed. It doesn't like the further away it is from the target, the less it pulls it in order to retain its energy a bit more. So it definitely has a bit more range because it doesn't bleed its energy as quickly. So it gradually turns harder and harder as it gets closer to the target. So as it's far away, it just turns a little bit just to stay in the like kind of generally pointed towards the target. But as it gets really closer, then it starts to pull harder and harder to be able to hit the target, which is really good. So that's a bit of a nice thing for France. Would be nice if they get the 530D for the Mirage 4000, but you know, we'll just have to wait and see. Of course, like I was saying, the F-15J doesn't have a cockpit quite yet, and but those are the only changes that have come so far. If there is another update, I will make a video on that as soon as possible. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, and have a great day.